It's time for Power Hour.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
There's bears out here.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the Friday stream, where we have a market-wide sell-off, not just in crypto, but in equities. I think we had a discussion yesterday when we were looking at the index funds. I mean, if you're watching the stream, right, it's like, hey, I mean, up at these levels, it's just nothing to do. No, definitely not a time to take fresh longs. You're just, and it's a Friday, and then we're dumping. We're right back below the old all-time high, and you made a slightly higher high. You've now pretty much confirmed an upthrust. So yeah, it's like everywhere, and add insult to injury, but this is the composite operator, right? I mean, like, okay, sure, you can say that Bybit and all that, but the composite man's argument was starting to get threatened today, this morning. Thank you, Super Scales Animals, for the $2 super chat. The goat emoji. Goats in the chat. Thank you. So yeah, composite man, right? He was like, dude, we got to do something. Our argument is getting tested here. We can't let them jump across the creek. We can't let them recapture 100K. Okay, go ahead and produce the hacking news, the $1.4 billion extraction from Bybit for Ethereum. Okay, dump the market. Oh, go ahead and start the potential new coronavirus news in China. All right, dump this crap. Whew, thank God, right? Last points of supply, they're still valid. Sorry. So what's going on now? Well, we got 3 hours 51 minutes, unless a miracle happens. You're going for your lowest daily candle close since January 13th. You're getting ready, possibly, unless a recovery happens, you're getting ready to make the lowest daily candle close of this entire short-term downtrend been going on since late January. Yep. So no need to even have the creek up there, the supply line, because they tested it and they failed. There was hey, Kit Chat, can you believe it? There was supply at a supply line. What? Unreal. So in the end, though, you're still just trading at the same price you were trading at February 9th, February 3rd. February 18th, you know, so they could just recover this and it's just still flat, but it's not good when your index fund starts doing stuff like this, right? Okay. Yeah. They were trying to hold it up yesterday, but you're still in that type 2 return situation. Remember, we're talking about potential bearish divergence. Literally yesterday, there's a high. Locally, there's the slightly higher high. There's way less levels, lower levels of positive momentum. My God, did they just continue the divergence on the art? Look at that. Oh my God. So, all right, now you're testing a key $600 support resistance from November 11th. But you could still say, and this is what I'm saying, yeah, we had it kind of like this maybe. Oh, okay, they're going to do this, but it really is this. It's like on your second attempt, right, on your type 2 return, you have a confirmation high. We see that, and that's a really strong argument for a way more pronounced drawdown. So flip the chart over, though, man, right? I mean, dang, man, these sellers were trying, and they just kept failing, and the buyers recaptured the level, and they just continued to show bullish divergence down here. Dang. At that 1618. So let's see if there's follow through. I mean, we are dumping in power hour. I mean, the sell-off has been kind of incessant. So you don't like, okay, you want Bitcoin to go above 100K? Well, you can't have this going on. You can't have this resolve moderately. You can't, like, low to high up here. You can't have a 50% retrace on the SPY. from the low point of the harmonic to the peak, and Bitcoin not get obliterated. I mean, 91.5, 92.7 seems likely if we're getting in. Even if we go to the 23% retrace, Bitcoin's going to head down that way. I mean, look, there's an unfilled gap on the S&P at 581, right? You were just pushing your luck. You're pushing your luck when you're at pattern completion zones, type 2 returns, continuation of bearish divergence, even if it just keeps going a little higher to get people complacent and to get back in. Yep, so that's where we are. You just can't be surprised. You haven't been able to be surprised if any more a considerable markdown occurs. They just keep pushing it. Yeah, Square got smoked on earnings. I was like, yeah, party was over on that one well before earnings. I was like, hey, we're falling back below this level, putting in a lower high. Okay, forget it. Just done. I am speaking Russian. A lot of people would say technical analysis is another language. So, Baba up though. Yeah, hype in the chat for Baba. Did it hit target 4? Yeah, so does Bybit even have like a coin that we can look at? Because I'd be happy. Bybit itself. I don't see Bybit state, so
Leonardo
no.
de Oliveira tipped $25. Para, please.
Leonardo, let's see. Paramount, yeah. Well, even the best setups, man, I don't see how they would be doing well today, like anything. Like this is a liquidity grab event. I mean, yeah, everything pulling back, man, outside of Hong Kong and China. Okay, so we can go back to your crypto because let's look at the epicenter of this news-driven catalyst that is taking us to lower levels. Ethereum.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
There it is, Chop City, and then bearish engulfing candle. Working on confirming a bearish engulfing, but it's really more of the same that you've been seeing all month. And again, there's no edge, right? Nothing implies that we're going higher. Technically speaking, opinions, man, my God, people that love communism, they would say we're going higher because Vitalik said make communism great again, which it was never great. Killed more people than any ideology known to man that's ever existed. And the only thing that's killed more people than communism, I think, is the mosquito. All right, malaria over thousands of years. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's nice that it's propped up for now. It's at 26.55, but my God, I just think if you wanted a better opportunity on this, 2400, 2100, one of the two levels. It's just not at a real level right now. I don't think so, but whatever. Look, I mean, just look at history. Okay, there is, one time in September 2021 it acted as support and then ran to actually all-time highs. We've never seen those levels again. So this is an interesting level, I guess. Okay, 2600. Eric Trump says buy Ethereum. Thank me later. He said buy Ethereum at 2900, but. Will this fruit fly support hold, or are we just going to head on down to, a more considerable level where there's more price action correlation historically? Yeah, no thanks. It's just, you're either at inflection points or you're not. You're not at inflection points, not really, like big ones. You see them, it's 24, it's 3K, it's 2100, it's 3500, it's 4200. Okay, so get wrecked, Ethereum. Again, we don't really know if it'll do it, but we always want retests. We always want forms of confirmation. We don't have it. And until we do, have fun at your casino. Okay. XRP down 5.4%. This is almost like it's a good short setup almost, right? Evening star reversal yesterday. Catch and fall through today. That's an evening star, chat. I mean, and look where the evening star presented itself. Oh, it just happened to present itself at the key inflection zone. And so it's like if you're breaking below that, you have max downside potential. I mean, like shorts be licking their chops right now. I mean, the downside potential, if this is real, if they're confirming distribution, confirming a lower high here at resistance, you have 22.2 24% downside potential here. And it wouldn't be weird. It would actually be really normal. And it would be like, oh, hey, maybe we'll get a confirmation low. Maybe we'll get like an M shape or something, you know, but like that seems really nice right now. And that argument for that downside is not invalid until buyers show up again and they recapture $2.72. So that's a valid argument until that new data presents itself. And good luck. I hope it does, man. I really do. But that is not bullish price action. That is, I mean, go to the 4 hour. Let me make sure this is visible so we can see it. I mean, that is disgusting, dude. That's straight up nasty. That is like valid short trade setup. Stop loss above 273. And you just let this thing collapse to 190. That's it. That's the only trading plan one could construct right now, would be a bearish one, not a bull. There is no bullish argument in this situation. I'm sorry. You're below the moving average. You just had a however many hundreds of percentage points of increase in value over a long period of time. And now it's just the other stuff is going on. Distribution been going on, and now it's just being confirmed. Look, this high, and all three of these highs are substantially lower than this high. That was lower than this high, and the highest high. So the distribution is still ongoing. And now you have a form of confirmation that the distribution is very real still. So that's reading price action. My God, dude, they could do this. They could take it back one more time before going lower. But this is nasty. This is bearish stuff. Sorry. No one wants to hear it. It's toxic. It's negative. But I'm just here trying to protect people from getting destroyed. That's all I'm trying to do. So you look at it one way. I look at it as this is not where people go long. Good God. Can I check on Sol? Well, if you gave me a minute. Yeah, we're just going kind of thoroughly into these. Certainly bearish convergence. I wonder if on a time scale, hidden bearish divergence of a sort. No real hidden bearish. I mean, nah. It's close on the 12 hour, but dude, that is just brutal. It's perfect bearish backtest. Okay, anyway. Let's go to BNB. Down 2%. Still holding on, but bearish engulfing candle going for your lowest daily close in like a week. And you're still above support, but dude, you have no forms of confirmation at all. The most recent discernible event is the lowest high of the newly established short-term downtrend. You've been in a technical downtrend, I think, on Binance now for a couple months. Mid-December this one started. The highest high, then the lower high, then the lower low, then this low, then the lower high, then this high, then eventually the lower low, then this low, then the lower high, the lowest high of new downtrend. Lower high, then this high, then this high, then this high, right? So now it's like, okay, I mean, you just got to think, if Bitcoin's going to 91.5 or 92.7, there's no way CZ and his goons can keep BNB propped up above 638. So I don't think it's actionable. I think you look at this, right? We had identified a couple of days ago the development of hidden bearish divergence. It's now maturing, right? Each day that goes by, you keep losing positive momentum. So it's like, okay, that argument's getting more and more established. Okay, so it's being implied on the daily that a continuation to the downside is implied. Sorry, man, we got to cover the markets in the stupid bad times. I know, right? I know. It sucks because people want, it's going to go to, we're going to 120K tomorrow, man. Let's do it. But you can't, man. You can't. Good to see y'all again on this Friday. Sorry, I've just blacked out doing some analysis. We're going to look at Solana next. Just let me get the Discord link pinned before we get too deep down this S-Coin rabbit hole. No, your S-Coin's not going to change the world, chat. Just, if you don't want to do a request, you want to ask me about Butthole Coin, I'm just telling you, Butthole Coin is not going to cure cancer. It's not going to change the financial system. It's just not. Solana down 3.8%. Just get ready, man. Just get ready. Way lower prices. Going for a bearish engulfing candle yesterday. Remember, dude, we were up 4.2%.
Is that a joint?
Guess what? We're down 4% now. We're completely covering the previous candle. And I just don't think we really hit or nicked enough of some sort of support at 157, 158. I think you go test that again. I don't think you'd hold it either. I think the hard target below 190 is 130. History tells us that. Remember, the hard target above 130 is 190. Oh, okay. Remember when we posted a trade setup on this thing? And it's crazy. Target 3 gets hit once and twice and it was all over. I mean, you can't even make that up, right? I mean, it's just, call it the space-time continuum. There's Bitcoin. Lows of the day, chat. Don't you remember the good times we lived in? Remember, September 13th. Gensler was in power. There was no Melania coin, Trump coin, Eric Trump tweeting about Ethereum, buying Ethereum at 3,900. There was no Melee coin. There was no Hawk Tua girl yet. I don't think she just started coming out. Oh my God, right? And it was just beautiful M shape at key inflection point, bullish divergence, spring back test, right? It was a dream. And then the dream ended, you woke up, and it was a nightmare. And we're on the way to a round trip back to that entry. And think about it. You are currently trading below the first take profit of that trade setup. Just take it on down back to 130 and then we'll talk. Okay. Until then, screw this market. Okay, Solana, BNB, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, we looked at them. They're all crap. Dogecoin looks, maybe we're going to get target 3. Remember, target 3 of the trade setup is like 17.8 cents down here. Yeah, they're keeping it within the channel. So they keep it going sideways long enough, you still remain within this downtrend and you can hit the third target. Boy. I miss these days, man. I miss the good old days when we had long trade setups. I miss it, man. I miss the days. Don't you miss it? Dogecoin, October. What a good time, man. The golden era for crypto was technically before Trump got elected. Well, at least for altcoins. I mean, Bitcoin had its day when Trump got elected. Boom. 5 weeks we're up 60%. But Bitcoin's fine, though. Like, I'm not even talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, yeah, dude. Okay. Who cares even if it goes to 85? Great. Good. Do it. It's the altcoins that are the problem. The altcoins are terrible. They've round-tripped every freaking cent, most of them anyway, from since when Trump was elected. I mean, think about it. Doge is going for its lowest daily candle close since the 9th. It's testing that 200-day simple moving average again. It's probably not going to hold. Your RSI is terrible. You're in the bearish control zone. Look how they failed to breach back into neutral. They failed, and you're just bearish control zone, right? Anything below 40 is the bearish control zone of the RSI. You're sitting at 33, okay? So you're not even oversold yet. So you have downside potential with no edge, no exhaustion. Sellers are not exhausted on this asset at all. So no hope. You don't have any technicals to help you here. So there's literally still no reason to own Doge. There's still a reason to be short on Doge, sadly. Buy dips, fade rips, what's up, dude? Jesse Spears, Leonardo. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Leonardo. It's like, hey, dude, you saw what I posted today, that short setup I posted today just on Algo. Like, just for instance, man, this is like, I didn't even do 2 targets. I just did 1 target. I'm like, you know what, man? This is crypto, not Bitcoin. Everything but the big ones. This. It's, okay, someone just initiate a short on the bearish engulfing candle in this freaking disgusting liquidity grab. Right there. That's it. That's it for Algo, chat. You now, with that type of price action, do you think history is just going to not repeat itself? When you get price action like what we got today on Algorand at this 27 to 28 cent level, look what the implications are. Oh, look, just straight on down 40%, 46% at the lows in 13, 14 days. Look how they took it straight back up and then right back down. This is it. This is like, it's such a no-brainer of you don't own Algorand until minimum 16 cents. If you're going to participate in this market, the only thing you can do is be short on Algo. That's it. There's no argument for long. You're crazy. To be long is like kind of stupid, but again, the whole argument becomes invalid if somehow, by the grace of God, buyers just start coming in and we recapture 28 cents. All of a sudden, you might have an argument to own it, because then the implications above 28 cents take you to 35 cents. Fine. But again, that is the worst thing you could ever dream of right there. Right? They broke the key support. And as of today, very strongly, they have confirmed its validity as resistance when it was resistance before. That's a strong technical indicator. S&P rugged for no reason. I mean, dude, at levels like this, you just can't be surprised. You're just looking, the chart just looks exhausted. The price action, anemic, idiotic, right? What is it? Yeah, it was all
Etiolated.
I mean, that's the whole market. Been etiolated. But what else? Isn't there more? Yeah, there are more S coins, dude, I guess. They're out there. My God, like H-bar, you got a long way to go, chat. Long way down. Minimum 16 cents, 12 cents, 10 cents. I mean, you would think, right? Eventually, I don't know how long it would take. It could take maybe months, but an 886, you've already broken the bad action magnet move. And the fact is, they tried to rally it. They've already bearishly back tested it. Maybe that's why they're not doing it. But look, you can already see it was breached, and it was one support and support in December. It has formally, the 14th and 15th, been now regarded as resistance when it was support. So that's confirmation. You've rolled over, made a lower low. Now you rallied, and there was such a lack of demand from market participants that the buyers were unable to even test that 23.4 cent level again. And you're going for a bearish engulfing candle. I mean, that's miserable. There's no evidence that sellers are exhausted either. I mean, you just have a lot of downside here. On HBA, Hedera, Hashgraph. Can y'all hear me? Is this thing on? Audio level's good, hopefully. Okay. So we can, I mean, do you want to keep looking at these? I don't think you do, man. Oh, look at Chainlink's effed. Chainlink going for its lowest daily candle close, minimum since November 26, multi-month lows. No evidence sellers are exhausted. Easy target 1642, 1567. That's on deck. Your little shark, nothing. Trend is not your friend. This is what happens. What happened on the reaction to the shark? Look how beautiful the price action was when all this was support, resistance, unending resistance. And now look what happened today. Such a lack of demand that the buyers could not even test that same level that they had been testing throughout this month. That's not good price action, man. It's just not. Yikes, dude. What the heck? Thought we were going to be kings. What about Litecoin? Because Litecoin was doing it. Dude, this is like, okay, here's the thing. It's been holding up better than all the others. Absolutely. But we discussed this yesterday. If you're up against a resistance and you can't break it, you have maximum downside potential if it fails. So you might be on breakout watch. They tried to break it again today, but they failed. So that means easy 105 target. Remember, this is the second target of that weekly trade setup. Target 1, target 2. There is a target 3 in case the market was going to give us more, but it doesn't look like it's going to give it to us. Yeah, so max downside potential when you're the closer you are to 137.75 failing. So I mean, just take it on down. They don't hold that 84, and then you're back to probably square one again. So holding up better than others, but still gross. I mean, what? There's no popular cryptos, dude. People aren't like, dude, look at this one. This is my favorite anymore because they all suck. They all round trip. They don't sustain their value really. They're just jokes. What about VeChain, man? VeChain was going to do things. Look how bad it is, man. Look what they've done. You know this is coming back to 2.7 cents with this price action today. Look at that. 3.37 cents tested resistance. 200-day simple moving average regarded perfectly as resistance rejected. Going for a bearish engulfing candle. Going for the lowest daily candle close since November 17th. That's today. That's not yesterday. That's today. See, someone's saying like someone's saying I'm crying in chat. Well, how am I crying by literally just? This is exactly what's happening. I just said VeChain did all these things technically, and that's considered crying to somebody. My God, dude, if you're that sensitive, you definitely have failed at life because you can't take any criticism. You think me just talking technicals is crying or negative or toxic? You're out of your mind. You need to go to a boot camp or something. Tezo's still holding that level, but dude, I mean, good luck. How does it hold the level if Bitcoin goes to 92K? It doesn't. It comes back down to 72 cents. Trying to find something positive to talk about on this market. How about Shiba Inu, dude? Right? It was going to take over the world. No. Shiba Inu was just going to... Sellers were going to take out 1,700, and then they formally regarded it as resistance, and that's it. That's the most recent discernible event. And yeah, so you would just wait again for 1,300. That's your zone. You're just waiting on it to hit again. It'll be tested. So that means there's still downside potential. Yeah, like 12, 14% downside. How about Theta? Actually, you know, it's not terrible, but you can't trust an M shape that has not reacted. Okay, I get it if it hasn't returned, right? Type 2. But if it hasn't even reacted, it's just stalling at the 886. You can't trust them yet. You can't. Uniswap alert went off on that. Uniswap, yeah, no wonder, because it's testing a level that if it breaks, if 867 breaks on Uniswap, you have a 697 target, easy. And they already showed you what happens when that level breaks. So it better holds. Otherwise, you have 20% downside again. What am I talking about? Now is valuable. You can say it's valuable all you want. You don't have confirmation. You don't have seller exhaustion. You do not have the variables that we look for to have an edge for an impending reversal. You don't have them right now. So you can say all you want, hey man, this is the time to buy, but based on what? What's your framework? Like, what's the price action correlation to levels? It's been negative. It's been bearish. Basic attention token, you're just still sitting at this 886, but no reaction, no confirmation. The whole day yesterday, right? It closed up 5.7%, was down 4.49%. Every gain gone, every percentage of gains gone. Okay, so that's it. So we can move on to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. See what I'm saying? You know, you call it negative, but we've had this identified, you know, since the beginning of February, and it's just like, okay, and it rolled over, going for your lowest daily candle close since January 16th. I can't believe he said it. He's saying it. Going for the lowest daily candle close in 5 weeks. So negative. I can't believe it. I can't watch this anymore. yeah, nothing to do. Just wait for the sell-off to conclude. You're falling into the bearish control zone on the Dow Jones. That's my fault, by the way. Remember, it's my fault that the Dow Jones is falling below 40 for the first time since January 13th. Okay. Negative Momo building, highest level negative momentum seen on the Dow Jones since, this is the highest level negative momentum of 2025. Nothing here. You just probably wait. 42K, 41.7, maybe. NASDAQ, remember what you're saying? What was it yesterday? Okay, not my opinion, just what was going on. You just couldn't break that supply line. It just wasn't breaking. And that was it. That was the data we had. Couldn't break it day after day. And look at you now. You're now at the heart line, could be going on the way back down to 19,200. You're near the lows of the day, down 2.12%. Remember, you're just at these W-shaped completions and spinning your wheels. So yeah, Friday sell-off, we get those. This is pretty common in 2025. Yeah, divergence was there. Look, it was very weak. This is what happens up here. They trying. Think about how much effort the buyers are putting in up here, and they just keep failing. But it makes sense when there's been no meaningful pullbacks, really, for buyers to see value to take big longs. So they don't, and eventually these assets stall out. These index funds stall out. IWM, right? There was nothing to do below, what was it, 230 or whatever. Yeah, and like 230, and just dump. Now you're at the 200 again. Probably waiting for 213 to test a range, right? Like an inflection zone. We're always waiting for assets to hit inflection zones because that's where the liquidity is going to be. That's where there's potential bids. That's where short sellers might potentially cover their shorts. A lot's going on. So RSI is pretty disgusting here. 36. You're in the bearish control zone again. First time in 5 weeks. Negative momentum at its highest level since the beginning of the year, since January 3rd. That's reality. You can call it toxic, negative, all you want, man. I don't really give a crap. So those are your index funds. Gold's flat though. Yeah, gold's just hanging around. Hit an all-time high yesterday. The 1.618 gold mean ratio yesterday, just sideways. Wow, man, if you were all in gold, you win. You win. Yep, Peter Schiff wins. Because we haven't looked at the Mag 7. And we'll do that. I don't think you want to see it. NVIDIA. Remember what we discussed yesterday, chat, right? On NVIDIA.
Happy Friday, Mitch. Here's something positive to talk about. There is no MEV in Bear's protocol. No front or back running, etc. First time in human history that this has been solved for real.
Beerus, read the room. Read the room, Beerus. Remember we were discussing on NVIDIA yesterday how important 140 was. Very, very, very important. Because we had filled a gap. That's all we did on that little run, the little rally we had. But we might be putting in a third peak, a lower high. Rejecting the 140, the old June all-time high from last year. And that is a big deal. We recapture it, we might be good. But if we don't,
Very bad, boys. Very bad.
Oh, and that was the other thing. The potential hidden bearish divergence argument. It's starting to get stronger and stronger of an argument here. More histogram wicks. Your third peak. That third peak was a perfect formal bearish back test of June 20th, 2024's all-time high. It's your third local peak. It's proportionate. You can see it. It's discernible. A classic distribution structure. I'm not going to argue with that. I can't like NVIDIA below 140.75. I just can't. The rising wedge, they already broke it. You know, you're out of the rising wedge. I mean, 130 on deck, 118 after that. But we discussed, wouldn't we want to see something like this? Oh my God, you know, that would be pretty good. You know, hopefully we get something like that. But we have no evidence, right? What are the most recent discernible events at this point? The lowest low and the lowest high, the short-term downtrend, very short-term downtrend, but that can turn into mid-term downtrends. So this is the worst loser of the day. Well, outside of Tesla, which we knew Tesla, there was nothing to do but wait for $300 probably. 310. Yeah, Tesla, you just wait, man. Wait for 300. Nothing on the oscillators. Structure's not there yet. You remember we already discussed, we painted out what we would really want to see. We don't have it yet. So you just waiting on a Tesla to go lower, get some more value, get to a level where we can strategize, if anything, right? You don't look to long assets randomly in between major zones. You know, between 300 and 400, it's just la land. There's nothing there. So you wait. And that's what we're doing. Amazon, down 3+%. This is the lowest price seen of 2025. That bearish divergence really picking up steam. Type 1, Type 2. This is why you can't get really that excited when a 1618 gets exceeded for, like, you know, a couple weeks. And just look at it now. I mean, you break that, it's an easy ride all the way. 201, $200 would be on deck below 216.75. So you just lowest relative strength reading on Amazon since August 9th. Look at that, 6-month lows on the RSI on Amazon. Okay. But still really elevated. I'm just saying, right? I mean, just think about what they could do. They could even, like, all right, something like this. Oh boy, how fun would that be? You know, like we get a Head and Shoulders or something. But yeah, Type 1, Type 2, catching pretty nasty sell-off today. Google, my alert went off on this. It finally broke that old gap fill, the old resistance from October, November, and you're going for the gap fill at 175. That's it. Earnings killed it. Big old nasty candle, going for the lowest daily close since December 9th, lowest close of the year in 15 minutes and change. Going for a test of the 200. You hadn't seen that since November. All coming, like these are all like, oh, it completed W shapes, but haha, screw your W shape and you're wrecked. Microsoft, there's nothing about this, man. Like you cannot be bullish at all below 430. Nah. Rolling over at lows of the day, it's gonna be closing same price a couple days ago, but you're just probably waiting for $397, $400 at this point. $400, yeah. Remember, you had the highest high ever, and then you had all these attempts. September, October, November, December, and then a little crack at it late January this year. All these attempts, and every time substantially lower than the highest high we saw. What does that mean? There are less market participants involved with Microsoft still. Over the 7-8 months. Below the 200 though is the worst. Ugh. Bearish engulfing candle will be confirmed soon. That divergence nothing burger. It looks terrible in the RSI. Good God. Sorry, man. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm negative. Like, is it negative? Okay, here's Meta continuing to draw down after that bearish engulfing candle. Going for the lowest daily candle close since January 29th. Not that big a deal. Just correcting like it does. Who knows? Maybe it'll pivot and run. There wasn't even bearish divergence on it. It was crazy. It was psychotic. But still, having a pretty bad day. Apple was having a good day, and I can't even believe it. Out of all the Mag 7s, you know, we know NVIDIA, all that. Okay, Tesla needs lower. But you'd think Apple, what they did today, they caved to the United Kingdom government, and they're like allowing the crazy neo-communist party that took over the UK government, they're allowing them to surveil all their citizens. They took off the back door, the encrypted back door. Now the government can just, whenever they want, willy-nilly, they can just get into your iPhone and just look through your entire camera roll. They can look through all your messages. Imagine wanting to live in the UK now. If you're in the UK and you're okay with that, you're nuts. You are obedient little lapdog. I guess it's in your blood to, you know, the monarch, the king, owns you. It's just a digital monarch now. Here it is. So I can't believe it was up. I like read the news and I look at the Apple chart and I'm like, surely it's down. It was green. It was like 248. Thank God it's pulling back, and hopefully they'll just confirm a top here and we'll dump, okay? Because that is unforgivable. How could you do that? Tim Cook, Auburn University, I know it's Auburn, but go figure, right? An Auburn grad, green lights, the UK, taking full access of all Apple users. Crazy. Man, UK is not our ally anymore. Like, I get citizens there. You're cool if you're a citizen, but like the people that have taken control of the UK government are not US allies. They are far more like communist China now than the US. Like, yeah, sorry, UK, we got nothing to say to you. Arresting your citizens for memes. Surveilling your citizens now. How many cameras are in London? 76% of all social housing in London is given to foreign nationals. You are an occupied government. That's not a real government. Like, oh yeah, it's the UK. They were voted on. Nah, dude, it's not. You're being invaded and completely replaced. So that's your Mag 7. Terrible. Terrible day. Yeah, so we did have one request. Can't even believe we had a request today. That's like unbelievable. Yeah, Paramount. This is like Wyckoff accumulation stuff, and wow, it's up 0.39%. Holy crap. Unfazed by the market-wide dumps. Bitcoin near its lows of the day again, chat. Can't catch a break. Nothing to say, but lots upside. But here's the problem. You got to be patient because, look, man, earnings could come in on the 26th, which is next week, I think Wednesday. And it just opens at $9 because that's earnings. That's how it goes. So you just have to be careful. It's a great setup for the sake of education. If earnings wasn't pending and market conditions weren't so getting weird, you know, everything's overbought, buyers are exhausted on the index funds, 1618. Are you kidding me, man? You know, if all that wasn't there, this is a freaking great looking setup for higher prices, but it's just hard to trust anything when you have to deal with earnings. Earnings is legit the kryptonite of technical analysis. At the same time, you flip the coin again because that's all earnings is, and it made the whole structure play out. It's at $14 after hours. I can't believe it. They made a non-woke movie. No, they made 5 non-woke movies. What? Pump it. Right? So it looks so good now, but you got to be cautious because of earnings. Okay? That's the request. I mean, the upside's $15 if somehow they don't rug pull it. Sorry, looking at all these S coins make me really thirsty. Okay. So let's look at Square. Square. Or is it XYZ now?
AG, please. You mentioned this one on January 15th.
Yeah, Ed, we'll look at it. Thank you. I know it not been doing too hot.
XMR Monero, please.
Tony?
When I was young, he told my girl cousins I would never be a varsity athlete, and frankly, that was a tremendous blow to my self-esteem.
That's you talking about Monero, because I don't think it's going to be a varsity athlete. I mean, maybe it did something. I don't monitor it really anymore. When it's something so anonymous that it literally can and probably does fund terrorism, you know, governments can't really willingly get behind that. It's too free. It's too untraceable. You know, it's never going to get institutional adoption, right? So I don't know how it's ever going to like really go unless something crazy happens. Anyway, nasty, right? That's like a gut-wrenching earnings, down 17.7%. Super patriotic, I guess. But, you know, you're back to where we were entering at in October. Just getting out up here, I was like, okay, no way, 90, I'm done. Like the failure here, and then I didn't even have confirmation yet. And then it's like, wow, they confirmed distribution up here. And then once you fell back below at 90 bucks the second time, that's like, you got to run, man. They're like that happens. It doesn't mean it. Just because this pattern's here doesn't mean it's going to certainly succeed and go to 140. I mean, you have to be able to identify price action. That's what I try to teach here every freaking day. I mean, how many times throughout cycles on all markets have we seen stuff like this where they peak it out and then you have a pretty nasty drawdown, you rally, sell off, make a lower low, you rally again, and then you make the exact same high. And that confirms there are less market participants involved with this asset than before. And then your line in the sand gets broken. That's the line in the sand. That is it. So that, I mean, that right there was setting up for way lower prices. Flip the chart over. It's the same thing. It's like, wow, they recaptured a key level. Accumulation confirmed. Very nice. So Bitcoin chat, low of day. Scott Carney won in 92K. He's going to get it probably. I mean, throw out enough news-driven catalysts to get us maybe a type 2 down there. But I don't know, man. Wyckoff distribution still very active. Very valid. You know, we're in phase D still. Shake Shack got shacked up. My God, dude. The shack got shaked. Right? You had earnings yesterday, and the earnings just gap filled. And man, really, there you go. Another thing where it's like, look, these old all-time highs, right? You just don't ignore them, okay? There it was. That's it, man. It was there. Manufactured February 2021. Look, they tested it once, so perfect second test. And what do you know? The second test was slightly lower than the first. That's a 1 and 2 forms of confirmation. We want that on swing lows too. In crypto, I want to form a confirmation. You don't have it yet. So what? The lower low now the lower high. Now all of a sudden you've got the potential argument for a short-term trend reversal ongoing. The problem is 111. You break that, you're breaking it right now. You got 5 minutes till it's confirmed broken. There's a lot of downside potential. I mean, you could be making your way to 96.71 and it'd be okay. Long term, look at this thing. We were here, Shake Shack. This was identified back in 2023, early 2020. Yeah, early 2023. This is all identified. Cycle reversing M shape. And then it played out over all this time, and here we are, probably nearing the top of this whole run. Profit-taking level, of course. So you just can't be surprised, man. Bitcoin lows of day. My God. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I know, right? No one's going to hit the like button because it's like, it's my fault that all this is happening, right? Literally my fault. Whew, good God. A lot of carnage today. Someone wanted to see MicroStrategy. You don't want to see MicroStrategy, dude. You just don't. I'm telling you, trust me, you don't. It's bad. It's kind of, I think you're cooked. I think the whole thing's done. I think we're gonna fill the gap at 273. I mean, we're probably gonna see the 200, 230. You'd be real lucky to pivot and rally at some point. I just don't think it's happening. I think you have to blow off top, and I think that correction can... Remember, a correction is not an event. The blow off top, that crazy day was the event. After the event is what? The process. After a blow off top event, you then have a correction, which is a process, and it takes a lot of time. So 273, 200 moving average, but probably eventually 200 to come test these old levels. Oscillators are set up for lower prices for sure. Oh yeah. I mean, lowest RSI reading on Microstrategy since September 9th. Right now, 38. You have now fallen formally into the bearish control zone. I mean, those are really good things for lower prices. Those are good variables for low prices. Okay, so just want you to know, but I know it's negative to talk about. Should I just not go live on the bad days? Because I run the risk of offending people. Spring game? We got April sometime. We got a while, man. Winter workouts, fourth quarter program going on. Well, it's not Saban's fourth quarter program. Some other program, day boards, whatever program. I don't know. It apparently makes quarterbacks regress. So many more, though. I mean, it's not just that. I mean, it's everywhere, dude. Rocket Lab, you think that thing's rug finally? Finally, man. This one's got to come down, don't you think? I mean, at least to 21.39, but if they don't hold that, I think this one just goes and fills a gap of 15 bucks. Maybe the party's over. That run is finally done, you know? I don't think there was another request. Was there? No, it was just Virus. No, AG. AG was, yeah, requested. Yeah. Might as well. Yeah, it's, man, they're really trying, dude. I'm telling you, this is like, it's not, I'm not saying you're dead yet. It's still extremely valid. It's still probably the lowest risk entry area ever. You know, you got the structure. You're still correlating pretty well to 550. You're about to close in less than a minute above that key level. It's not dead. It's just this sometimes how it is. It's so choppy, but in the end, you are trading above a key level. So all I can say is the only thing you can do is be patient. That's it. Now, you know, like, you wouldn't want to own this probably below 520 maybe at this point. But if it holds above that long enough, yeah, you're good. Okay, here we go. There it is, chat. There it is. Closing bell has occurred. Let's go back to the S&P. There it is, chat. That was the daily. That was the weekly. Lowest daily candle close confirmed since February 3rd. So it's been a few weeks. The weekly close. Chat. A confirmed bearish engulfing candle. Don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you what happened. We made all-time highs a couple days ago. And now bearish engulfing candle below the old all-time high from December 2nd is confirmed. I can see one high. I can see two highs. That's not great. Sorry. Dow Jones. Weekly. Dow Jones bearish engulfing candle confirmed. Yeah, bearish engulfing candle, one high, the second high, lower high. On the looks where traders are settling up lower than they did in November, December. Interesting. Maybe confirming a high here. So it's going to be, where is this going to, the correction, the pullback we're going to continue getting. Will it pivot higher than 42K? Because you can get like one high, a second high here, and it sells off, and they still end up making a higher low and runs again. So, yeah, but this is a pretty massive potential confirmation high. You've seen them before here in November 2021, January 2022. But, then you see them here, high and double top, whatever, and it sells off, but then pivots and runs higher. I mean, sometimes they perform like this. They begin the beginning of the end for a while, and sometimes they're just bad dreams, but they still end up looking like you have deep retraces. So you could still be going to probably like 42.2 if they pivoted and run after that. But just NASDAQ. Weekly, bearish engulfing candle confirmed, all happening, still at that butterfly, reversal zone. IWM, no engulfing or anything, but just a nasty red candle. I mean, down 3.65% on the week. Lowest weekly candle close since January 6th. After failing to what? After failing to break above the key inflection zone from 2021. Here's your highest high, and here's a lower high. After a really nice run. Nice. Not nice. Okay. Yeah, 600 psychological too. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, we look at total, but we can talk about it.
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
Going for a bearish engulfing. In fact, chat, as it was like... Immigrant Son, thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll look at Bud. Anheuser-Busch, whatever. Yep. Thank you. Maybe, like the stock market closed, so the selling pressure might subside on Bitcoin. Sometimes it happens, But if it doesn't, okay, I'm just saying if it doesn't, if 3 hours to go, 2 hours, 56 minutes, if it closed where it is now or any lower, it would be the lowest daily candle close on total market cap since November 20th. It'd be a lower close than every single low we've seen to date of this range. So that's not great, right? You don't really want to see that. But I'm just updating you, keeping you apprised of the situation. Man. Budweiser had a failed Head and Shoulders. Remember Head and Shoulders? Failed so bad. Couldn't break. Couldn't break the neckline. Remember it was like left shoulder head, right shoulder, rallied, test, fail. Well, that's what we're getting on all these different assets. They keep testing resistance and failing. Then a triple top right here. Then it dumps. And now you're back at 45.50. Damn. Straight down, up. Down, up. I mean, if they hold it, it could be going to 64.75. What you would really want to see, though, is some sort of if the level was violated, okay, and there's no form of confirmation that it was reconfirmed, right? It was never reconfirmed as support. You want something like this to happen. I'm just telling you. You would want that to happen. That would give you a better chance of a more pronounced rally to at least 64.75. You buying just it being recaptured isn't good enough. You just don't, these things don't last. The buying tapers off, the sellers take back over to retest the level, and it could succeed, it could fail. But you would probably want that. You want a local, I want to be able to see 1 and 2. After a drawdown, I want to see this first low, I want to see a second low on the weekly. Yeah, add a key support. I want to see that. You may not get it, but even here, even back in history, it was 1 and then 2. You at least got 2 tests. So that's your bud. I mean, the oscillators in the weekly look terrible, really, frankly. It just looks like, yeah, you were oversold. Now they're resetting the oscillators, and you might have a little bit more of a rally, maybe back up to the 200-week moving average, but I think it'll be the lowest high, and you'll roll over again. Thank you, immigrant son. No one's talking about it's the end of the bull market. Bitcoin's at 95K. That's incredible. But no one's talking crap about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to oscillate, but we know, right? We discussed this yesterday on Bitcoin. We're waiting for a technical event to occur on Bitcoin. What would a technical event actually be on Bitcoin? I'll tell you again, because you weren't here yesterday. A technical event on Bitcoin would be buyers recapturing 100K. They didn't do it. They tested it as resistance and then rolled over and now going for the lowest daily candle close since mid-January. So that'd be a technical event. If they broke the supply line, broke the horizontal line support, they recaptured it, then they reconfirmed it as support. Technical event would have been really good. Failed. So now we're still within the $90,000 to $100,000 range, and all bets are off. I mean, like you would think, probably another test to 90K, 92K today after the price action today. But at the same time, you hadn't been getting that, so it's literally just chop city. Just keep chopping around. But until you're breaking 90K or 100K, there are no technical events. It's just the same as is. You're just range bound between the two levels. That's it. Yeah, it's just because the crypto market's so bad. Like Bitcoin's 95K and all the altcoins lost every single % of their gains since that November 5th election. If Bitcoin was an altcoin right now, Bitcoin would be down another 28%. But that's the thing. Bitcoin's its own thing. It's not crypto. Bitcoin's Bitcoin. Crypto's everything else, and everything else sucks. And that's empirical evidence. That's not an opinion. They suck. Your S coin that you like sucks. Sorry. But it's been that way forever. Like your run is fleeting. Oh, it's pumped. Oh, it will dump. It will round trip 100%. Every cycle it does. Well, we've been live over an hour. Stock market closed. I was here for the dump, some of it. And we're just waiting for a technical event to occur. But dude, how long until that happens, man? Look, stuff like render, who knows? Render's is it AI? I mean, okay, your AI. Why is it completing an M shape and nothing's happening? Why is it completing an M shape and going for its lowest daily candle close since January 2024? You hear me? Like, this is an altcoin that is quite possibly going to make the lowest candle close in 13 months today and 2 hours 50 minutes. Filecoin. Guess what? 353. This is a pretty real level. What are they doing? Resistance, bearish engulfing. Very bad. Until data comes in, this like a bullish engulfing candle, I could say very good, but I can only say very bad. So you say I'm negative. So you say I'm toxic. You talk crap. These are not good things. These are not good candles. Just going back to XRP one more time. I'm just saying, like, if you're above 272, great. We got an argument. Maybe we're going higher. But until then, dude, that is max downside potential if they don't recapture this level very soon. Anyway, yeah, so I think the market might level out now for a little bit with stock market closing. It tends to do that. Like the pressure, the selling pressure, the buying pressure, normally they take off the gas. But yeah, I don't really know. Like you can't trust this market. You're buying a bunch of scams with not very good, with the momentum not being great. This is a momentum-driven asset class. When momentum's good, it's the best thing in the world to own. But when momentum shifts, when momentum stalls and stales, it's the worst asset class to own. Owning crypto on these waves down is really bad. I wish I had something positive to say. I mean, like, look at Cardano. You're just waiting for a 64-cent test again. And hopefully it holds, but we're not going to be holding our breath for it to hold. Nah, man. It's really like this swing low from December 30th is just flipped to a resistance, like the heart line of the channel being violated, and, you know, right back below it. I mean, you probably 51, 40 cents. Remember, I think 40 cents is a great target anyway to complete that big old M shape. 88% retrace down there. Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, I was here. I was literally here back in September through October talking about these M shapes we're completing, and it was like, man, great spot to be at. The comet's here.
Manbearpig tipped $26.01. APLD applied digital please. 0.000273323 BTC.
I have some evidence Manbearpig could be in this area.
And then, just like that.
Okay, here's your applied digital. That, yeah, trend was good on this. It was up today. Yeah, today it saw its highest price since April 2022. That's a nice trend reversal. Momentum shifted. It's like, yeah, inverse head and shoulders. Man, you really got to admire. See, it's a great testament to price action and its correlation to levels from history. Right? Do you see the swing low July 2021 and then August 2021? That second time. Right? We're always looking for confirmation lows locally. This is it. So look what happened. Proceeded to go to all-time highs. Okay. So here we are. And it's pretty much, you had that test. They recaptured it, reconfirmed it, and then pretty much a second time. And then you run. But yeah, today, wow, is that a shooting star? Wow, that's probably a macro-wide sell-off thing. You know, it was doing real well. Then the S&P and the index funds started rugging, so they just sold it off. But potential shooting star. But man, what a good trend it's been in. Lots of higher lows, higher highs, and you know, it triple bottom down here. It started in December 2022. But yeah, that was nice. So if it's gonna, you know, it's hitting like, I guess, the high from June 2023 and June 2021, that's a level where there could be supply. So it hit at kind of a level. But if it get, when you hire 1347, maybe 15 after that, if you break 15, that's where things get nuts. Maybe 21 to $27. So yeah, good trend right now. Good momentum shift. Good price action correlation to levels. Trading above the 200 moving average. A really nice trend, but that's all I can say. There's no risk management that can be applied right here. You want to see Mooding coin? I'm hoping it's making new lows. Mooding coin. I don't even know what exchange. Bybit. Oh, Bybit too soon. I guess I have it on. Hold on. Mooding's up today. Oh my God, up 0.69%. Let's go. What are they doing? What was once support is flipping to resistance. Yikes. Nothing good about that yet. Call me when we recapture it, then we reconfirm it as support, then we'll talk, but not till then. But I can't believe it's up. Insane. should you go long? Should you go for long in Bitcoin? If you longed Bitcoin right now, you would be longing an asset that is working on making its lowest daily candle close in 5 weeks. You'd be longing an asset that just rejected 2 key levels, a supply line, horizontal line as resistance. And from that high, from its highs of day, it lost 4.3. At the lows, it lost 4.7% of its value. You're not buying at an inflection point. You're just not, despite whatever happens. So you are flipping a coin. If you're longing right now on Bitcoin, you are not trading. You're just at the casino and you're just putting it all on red, putting it all on black, pulling the slot machine lever. That's you. That's what you're doing. So if you want to gamble, do whatever you want, but that's not a good candle we wanted to see. And remember, people will just, right? The range, you're still range bound. You couldn't break a supply line. Supply to supply line, lots of supply. Oh, Monero, Tony, yeah, dude. Sure, let's go to it right now. Sorry. It's Monero. Yeah, it's been, wow. Been doing things. Well, let me try to find the chart with all the data. Binance, not even on Binance anymore. Are you kidding me? What? I mean, they have like the perp. I don't know what happened to my old chart on this. Yeah, they must have delisted it or something. So I'm just gonna have to go to like, this doesn't even have all the data either. But yeah, yeah, above 172. I know when we did look at it, that was a big level. It was a range. You were just big time range bound. $100, 173. You broke out. You're in a 200 moving average or above it. It's real nice. I would say like the next major overhead resistance looks like 286, right? Straight up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I think that would be your target at this point. I do like that they, when they recapture 173, they did reconfirm it as support before running it. So it's been doing well. I'm not going to argue. But yeah, it's been flat forever, right? Forever. You had a multi-year no range. They finally broke it. And all I can do is give you, like, if they break one level, historically what happened? Oh, it would run to 286 a lot. Okay, well then I guess 286 would be your target. That's all I can do for you on Monero. If it broke that, 338, then above 338 would be like, wow, crazy all-time highs or whatever. Yeah, $46,500. So, yep, it almost reminds me of Bitcoin back in 2015 into 16. Kind of reminds me of that. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, what are you talking about? I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oops, that was the one. Sorry. 2015 to 2016. Are you kidding me? Where is it? Where's my... No. Bitstamp, there it is. Okay, so Monero reminds me of 2015 Bitcoin to 2016 Bitcoin. It's becoming 2016 Bitcoin. What are you talking about? I'll just show you. We can just go way back to many years ago. 2013, 14, bear market, all that. And it's just like this. It was just like range bound, right? After the drawdown like Monero had, it went sideways for a year plus. And then they broke it out. Then they back tested the breakout of the range. And then a new uptrend began. And that took us all the way to 20K in the end. So that's kind of what Monero looks like for now, okay? Yeah. All right. Yeah, it was like this. Yeah, the selling climax, then 1, 2, 3, the base gets put in. Yep. Anyway. Tony Soprano thinks, dude. Yeah, it just can't. You can't get excited, man. Cannot get excited in crypto yet. Sorry. Remember that time when you could get excited? Remember trade setup posted on Bitcoin at 60K? It was that candle right there. And then you even got a retest in October. You even got like local confirmation lows. It was, yeah, you had chances. And now you still have a valid Wyckoff distribution schematic, and it's not invalid. Today did not invalidate Wyckoff distribution schematic. You still ask points of supply. The only way to invalidate Wyckoff distribution right now, only way to invalidate it, I think, is you're either tomorrow, the next week, you're breaking 103 clearly, or you're coming down and you're about to go into phase E, and then they recapture the level, and then they reconfirm it as support, and you start marking up. That is the only way that Wyckoff distribution gets invalidated. So again, I was talking about levels of liquidity, and it's like you are not at that level. You're not looking to battle and defend Osgiliath against hundreds of thousands of orcs. You're looking to defend Minas Tirith and the realms of men you're looking to defend the realm of men, Middle Earth, at Minas Tirith, a much more formidable level where there would probably be a lot more troops, defenses, which would be buyers at 90, 91K, 92K. So we're not quite there yet. Yeah, so sorry, man. Like, again, people that would be calling me negative and getting all weird about how I'm being, you didn't have the ability to say anything like that back here when things were starting to turn around on Bitcoin. But it was such a small window of time. And then it plays out and people be like, so what do you think about Bitcoin? It's like, I'm like, why would you even ask me about Bitcoin now? The move happened. It's done. It's cooked. It's possibly setting up for lower prices, or it's just going sideways for 90 plus days now. And then what do you do when the index funds are just at their fib extensions? Fib extension W-shaped completion zones, confirming it. Divergence continue. Like, what do? You just gotta wait. What a complacent market it's been. Who am I? I'm just a redneck justice sub that likes charts. That's it. That's who I am. My dad played football. I played football. That's it. All right. Well, sorry the market sucked. Sorry Bitcoin's going for its lowest daily candle close since January 13th. Sorry we're working on a bearish engulfing candle. Sorry it's down 3% today, almost $3,000. Give me some data that would get me excited. And until then, respect the TA.
robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
I have some evidence Man Bear Pig could be in this area.
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.